Final Words is one of those musicals that is completely based on a what if idea. Most of the musicals that I write are based on a what if. A simple question, what if this could happen or what if that could happen? And Final Words is, what if you wrote a musical about the reading of the will? Or could you write a musical about the reading of a will? And make it darkly humorous and have things revealed. And the idea of that sort of stuck in my head for about a year. It just sort of sat there, and I didn't do a lot with it. I was working on other projects. And then in early 2015, there was a competition run by the Fusion Theatre Company in Albuquerque, New Mexico, called The Seven. And The Seven is based around, they give you a theme and they ask for entries. And the plays aren't allowed to be too long. They have to be only about 10 pages long, 10 minutes long, thereabouts. And I thought, well, I wonder if you could enter a musical. And then I read the topic, and the topic was unfinished business. And suddenly the idea for the reading of a will, which really is unfinished business, came back to me, and I thought, all right, let's see if I can put these things together. To be completely honest, the idea of writing a 10-minute musical, in a strange way, was really liberating, because you start cutting down all of the stuff that you don't need, and you really learn to be succinct in what you want to say. The first song that I wrote for it was Nothing to Me. That was the one that I always knew would be in the show. It's the ballad of the show, and I knew it would be the one where things got revealed. But then I had to kind of work my way backwards. I knew I had the reveal, but how did I get there? And that's where these characters of Madeline, of Louise, and Jack came about. That these were the ones that were vying, wanted the stuff that was in the will, wanted to know what was in the will the most. The song Wedded, Bliss is a beautifully simple song that really tells about the end of a marriage. It's the marriage that hasn't got to divorce because they're comfortable, because, you know, everything's in place, but there really isn't any passion or desire or even connection left, but they're staying in the marriage just because it's easier not to be divorced. And in this situation, because the wife in the story has adjusted to a comfortable lifestyle, but there's always something but nagging in the back of her head. What if there is something else going on that I don't know about? And this is where the second song, called Little Black Dress, comes in. I remember writing the lyrics for Little Black Dress while sitting on the plane going over to Vanuatu for a family holiday, and handing them to my wife and saying, have a look at these. And she's gone, where do you come up with this stuff? And it was like, yeah, I know what I wanted to say. The riff for the song was literally written as I was walking out the door to Vanuatu, and I threw my phone on the piano and recorded the basic vocal riff. As, you know, just a quick demo, and then jumped into the car and off to the airport. The hardest song to write was Didn't Know Jack. In all honesty, I really didn't know what this song wanted to be. At one stage I thought it was going to be a disco song, and I started playing around with this piano riff and put a disco beat behind it, but it really just didn't fit. And I remember sitting at the piano at 10:30 at night, ready to go to bed, and just frustrated with the fact that I couldn't come up with this song, and threw my hands on the piano, and suddenly the riff, the bluesiness of Didn't Know Jack came out, and it was like, yeah, that's the song. And I love the double entendres that sit within all of the songs. Within Little Black Dress, there are double entendres in Didn't Know Jack as well, and it just started falling together. Putting it all together and then having it accepted into the Fusion Theatre finals was fantastic. The question is now, what do you do with a 10-minute musical? Do you try and expand it? Do you try and make it into a full-length 90-minute musical? Do you go for 120 minutes? You know, the idea's there, and certainly the seeds of the songs are there, but I kind of like it as 12 minutes long. The guys who performed on the recording, Reese, Amelia, Karen, and Jesse, they're all friends of mine, and I met them when I was playing Mark in a production of Rent, and they were all playing other characters in Rent. And to have these people, you know, believe in something as much as you do, and then want to come in and do the recording as well, that's something special. And I really thank those four guys so much for the amazing work they did, and I hope you really enjoy them. But above all, I guess the best thing to do is to let the music have the final words. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Enjoy.